Hey guys, today I want to do a quick video on one of the games that I just happened to beat not too long ago, and that game is To the Moon, which is a PC only so far game that you can get on Steam, and I think you can download it from the developer's website as well. This game grabbed my attention after one fellow YouTuber, Dustin Christ. He made a few months ago I watched a game discussion video that he did on this game, and I thought, okay, that game sounds interesting. And a few weeks ago, another fellow YouTuber, Return to Mother Base, he posted his favorite games of 2012 that he played, and To the Moon won his Game of the Year award. So I thought that was a for an indie game, for a small budget indie game like this to stand out like that, that was very impressive. Not to mention, I think this game also won other awards from major publications like GameSpot and some other publications. But it just so happens that after I watched Return to Mother Base video, it was a holiday Steam sale, so I managed to grab this for $5. So I thought, for $5 you can't go wrong. And I'm happy I bought the game because it's a really good game. And this is a difficult game to review on because it's very heavily story driven. So it's hard not to talk about the game without spoiling anything. But I'll do my best. And basically, this is I guess an RPG with adventure and psychological elements to it. And let me start by saying that this game is not for everybody. When you think of RPG, you think Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, especially with the graphic style that the game has. The game has this retro 16-bit look from the Super Nintendo era. It feels like you're playing a Super Nintendo game. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Like if you like, next gen graphics or anything, this game it looks like a Super Nintendo game. Very low budget, but it has its charm. The 2D sprites they work really well. But as far as the gameplay mechanics, I mean, there's no combat in this game. There's no way to die in this game. Basically, like I said, it's an adventure and exploration game, and that has some puzzle elements. There are certain points in the game where you have to solve very simple puzzles. So basically, you play this game for the story. So if you're looking for some action or for an interesting combat system, you're not going to find it in here. If you're looking for a very good story and sad and an emotional story, definitely check this game out. The story, and without spoiling anything, I'm just going to give a brief synopsis of the game. And the game is about these two scientists right here that work for a corporation called Sigmund Corporation. And basically what they do is they go to, they grant wishes for people that are on their deathbed. So, for the elderly people that are about to pass away, they have this very high-tech device that you put like a helmet on, and they have access to the memory of the people of the person that is about to pass away, and they can grant that person a final wish. So this game starts when they arrive to this house, and they have to grant the wish to this guy named Johnny, who is he's an old guy and he's about to die. He's on his deathbed. And his final wish, they get inside his memory and whatnot, and his final wish was to go to the moon. And in order for these two scientists to send him up there, they need to know the reason. And the problem is that Johnny doesn't remember the reason why he wants to go to the moon. So then you're faced with the challenge of finding out the reason why he wants to go to the moon. And in order to do that, you have to revisit different periods in the lifetime of Johnny. You have to go back in time and explore his life. So you get to find out a lot of details about his story, about his past, and things that happened to him throughout his lifetime. And this is where the emotional bond between you the player and the story begins, because you have to explore events in his lifetime that are, you know, both, you know, happy and sad. You know, it's really like a recollection of images and moments that he lived through his life, and you get to experience that. So when you do that, you start gathering mementos that you use, that in a way you feed to this machine to find out why he wants to go to the moon. And that's about it. That's about all I can say regarding the story, because I would be spoiling you know, a lot. But definitely I just wanted to make this video because I want you guys to check this out. If you guys have a Steam account, like I said, I bought it for $5. It's definitely worth $5. I think the regular price is $10 and it's worth $10. Just keep in mind that this is a very short game. It took me 4 hours to beat the game, and there is zero replay value on this game. So don't expect to, you know, don't expect to play this game again, and you know, it's 4 hours and that's it. And the best thing about the game, just to summarize everything, is the story. Very emotional. You know, I shed a tear or two. I'm not gonna lie. It's very emotional. Very few games had that effect on me like this one did. This is definitely one game that you know, when you get to the ending, it's a very powerful, emotional moment. And you know, so the best thing about the game, the story, the characters, and the soundtrack. I mean, you guys, I think there's a bundle in Steam where you can buy the game with the soundtrack if you pay like $2 more. Definitely worth it. Some really interesting piano pieces by the composer. I forgot the name of the composer, but very, very good soundtrack. And the negatives about the game are the controls. They feel very, I don't know the word to use it, but they feel like very clumsy. You can play the game with a regular like controller if you plug it to the computer, but I recommend using the mouse, just because there are parts, if you're playing with a controller, sometimes it's hard to interact with the items. Like the game has I guess glitches sometimes, that even if you push the action button, you can't interact with the with some items. But if you use the mouse, you can click on, you know, every item and check whatever. So use the mouse. The game, like I said, the controls are a little bit sluggish and clumsy, and the graphics can be a hit or miss. It depends really. If you're like a next gen or current gen type of person that, you know, likes graphics and raw power, you're not gonna find this in here. This game has a 16-bit retro look to it that, in my opinion, worked really well. It's really amazing how these little 2D sprites can convey emotions despite, you know, liking the animation or the high budget, you know, type of, you know, looks that, you know, current gen games have. So that's another amazing feat that this game managed to accomplish. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure, if you like RPGs and you like good stories, definitely check out To the Moon. It's a very fun game. It's available on Steam. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.